that Chaf El has the special Maila because it's the creation of the world, the creation of the entire world. That's Yesh Ma'ayin, and there's the level of the Brias Ha'oir. The Oir was such a powerful Oir that shone from one end of the world to the other, and even the Tzimtzum that wasn't the Oir was only such to be able to become received, etc. But despite all of that, the Maila of Rosh Hashanah is so much greater. That's the whole reason that he was talking about the great Maila of today's date, Chaf El, was to contrast that despite the greatness of Chaf El, Rosh Hashanah is so much greater. So line 23, 6th page of the Mimer, page Yud. I'm sorry, not 6th, 6th page of the Mimer, and second paragraph. Amram, Afal Pi. Though all the matters that were mentioned previously, that there is an unbelievable advantage in each one of the things that we spoke about that occurred on the 25th of El, wasn't the first day of creation, Chafei Be'el, the 25th of El, Dafke was specifically then, therefore, even concerning Rosh Hashanah, this is the day of the beginning of your doing. Actually, we learned this yesterday, but we'll finish this. This is the day of the beginning of your doing. It says that it's a remembrance for you for the first day. Why is it a remembrance? According to one of the explanations, going the first day of the Sheisim Bereshis. So that's how powerful it is that even Rosh Hashanah, the 6th day with all of its milos, we're still remembering the first day. In the first day of creation, Chafei Be'el has all the matters that were mentioned previously. Mekal Makom, still in all, God Lamiles Rosh Hashanah. It's great the advantage of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Broi Adam Arishon, the day of the creation of Adam Arishon, Kivin Shabbai Hischol Klasa in Avos Hamata, because only on Rosh Hashanah, the 6th day of creation, when Adam Arishon was created, that began the general avodah of the below over here, the avodah of the Milmata Lamayla. Here's where we actually left off. Top of page Yud Aleph, Ois Hey. The explanation of this matter of the Maila of the avodas of Adam Arishon, the 6th day of creation, will be understood in Mashanamar Brias Adam, from what it says concerning the creation of Adam. Nasa Adam B'Tzalmeinu Kidmaseinu. Let us make Adam in our form and in our image. V'hainu, what we see from this phrase is Shenoisef ala inyan the Nasa Lashon Rabbi. In addition to what it says, we will make in the plural, which is very interesting. The entire creation, it doesn't use the term we will make. It doesn't say we will make animals, doesn't say we will create the world, doesn't say we will create the light. It says, etc., etc. It doesn't say, it doesn't say anywhere nasa. Only by Adam does it say nasa, we will make in the plural. What's the idea behind the plural usage of nasa? Then this is emphasized that that Adam Arishon is the general part of the entire creation. And in the creation of the Adam Arishon was participating and partnered all powers. That's what it means, nasa in the plural, that all parts of creation, every aspect, every power, everything was involved in the creation of Adam. A malach, for example, he's either from Spheres HaChesed, or from Spheres HaGvura, from Spheres HaTeferes, like we know, Michal is Sarshal Chesed, Gavril Sarshal Gvura, etc., etc. Every type of creation, every aspect, every component of creation has to do with a particular thing. Or it has to do with Chesed. The Rakia that was separated on the 2nd day had to do with Gvura. Adam Arishon, at the culmination of the entire creation, it says Nasa, all of this, all of the creation that preceded it, and all the powers of Seder Ishtalshlus, all participated and contributed in making Adam. which was not to be found anywhere else in creation. So why was it necessary for everything and all to participate? So that Adam Arishon should be able to deal with all of them. So he says in line 6, so that afterwards Adam Arishon should be able to conquer all these matters, meaning conquest in the spiritual sense of ruling and elevating them and spiritually refining them. Like it says, it says, fill the world and conquer it. Like it's also hinted in the Gemara, in the very well-known story about in Sanhedrin, that it says this the very famous sugya topic in Sanhedrin that speaks about why was Adam Arishon created on a single person. All creation, flocks of birds were created, bunches of animals. The whole world was filled with vegetation. Only Adam Arishon was not a whole bunch of humans were created. Only one person, to tell you that every person's life is equal to the entire world. What does that mean, equal to the entire world? So based on what he's saying now, it's a deeper meaning. The Adam Arishon embodied, on behalf of each one of us, the entirety of creation. And because Adam Arishon embodied and contains within himself the entirety of creation, that's why he is able to do everything for creation. Like the Rebbe in other places speaks about also a letter printed in the Dvar Malchus. How is it possible? How can it be expected for a Yid, a single person, a miyut, atam kol ha'amin, to be able to influence the entire world and to elevate it and to conquer it? But the reason is explained over here in this mimer. The reason why a Yid is able to conquer the entire world is because the entire world is part of us. We have all the energy derived from the entire world, and because we have all the energy derived from the entire world, we are able to elevate it and subdue it, etc., etc. So that is one thing that we see in the line Nasa Adam Etzalmenu Kidmuseinu. In addition to that, Adam Nivra B'Shnei Hanyanim Detzelem B'Tzalmenu Udmus Kidmuseinu. A person was created with the two matters of tselem, that's why it says B'Tzalmenu in our form, and the Museinu, the mus of image. And those things also manifest and describe the amazing Maila of Adam Arishon's creation, and therefore the significance of the sixth day of creation over the first day of creation. So the Rebbe explains in line 11, by first prefacing the difference between these two expressions of Tzalmenu, Kidmuseinu, Tzelem, and Dmus. In the simple, literal meaning, what is the difference between a Tzelem and a Dmus? Kidmuseinu hu rak inyan shel Dmus, upbuild. Kidmuseinu, which is a Dmus, means only a picture. It's like two-dimensional. It's an image. When we say the word Tzalmenu, that indicates that it's the actual form of the thing, just like you make a statue of something, a sculpture of something. It's three-dimensional. It has in it all the particulars. It's the most similar to the thing itself. It's like the thing itself. And the more general way, the difference in Tzelem and the Mus, it's the difference between the expression that the Navim used when they said Zeh, by Moshe Rabbeinu used the term Zeh Hadavar Shediber Hashem versus Koi. Before the Torah Parshas Matis, like explained with the Torah Parshas Matis, where Moshe Rabbeinu said in that parsha, Zeh Hadavar Shediber Hashem, this is what the matter Hashem spoke. Pirish Maimer Azal, the explanation of what the Chazal say, Kol Navim Nisnabu B'Koi. All the prophets said prophecy using the word Koi. Koi Amar Hashem, the Navim said. Like this is what Hashem said. Moshe was added to them that said, that he said prophecy with the word zeh. What's the difference between a prophecy that begins with the word koi versus zeh? When you say zeh, it's the thing itself, like we're saying here about Salmenu. Like it's also brought down in Rashi's explanation and Chumash on the pasuk where it says zeh keli. What was the idea down in the Shiras Hayam? It says zeh keli, that the children would they would point out to Hashem with their finger and say zeh keli. So in other words, zeh means the very thing itself. Mashenkin alashon koi, as opposed to the expression and the word koi in lashon kodesh hareza rak dugmas hadavar. It's only this similar to the matter. Va'ad kefishu bedargin mucha yoser b'chafadin, until it's even a low level in a chafadimian, in a showing that it's similar to, it's something like it. In other words, that it's not the thing itself. So that's koi versus zeh. But when Adam Arishon was created, it says it had both ideas, both the level of zeh, like the thing itself, and something that's like it. What's the idea behind this? So the Rebbe goes on line 24. The idea behind this is, let's explain the creation of the world on the 25th of El. Chaf Hey is the letters like the word Koi. Koi, like, it was like us. It was an image. What does that mean? Because the world was seen as an entity and an existence, something that exists. That's what happened on the 25th of El, that the world started taking on an existence. Okay, movement pashas, like it's simply understood. The word olam indicates the very meaning of the word olam or the very word olam is related to the concept of concealment, covering. What does that mean? What's the concealment and covering? There is this contrast between what we understand and know versus what we see and what is presented to us in the creation. So the Rebbe says in line 27, behind this means though a person understands by himself with an intellectual contemplation that nothing makes itself, like all the specific proofs in the matter that this nothing is made by itself. And we must say that there's a creator. Therefore, through true meditation, through contemplation, through thinking in thoroughly and truthfully about something, one must come to the decision and to the resolution. Top of page Yud Beis, that there is an owner for this building and palace, meaning that there is Hashem is the one that created the world. Still in all, this only remains by the person an intellectual pursuit. It's still not in such a manner that he could point with his finger, because it's still a level of intellect, and intellect has measures to it and boundaries to it. It's possible to ask a question that will make the matter weak by him. Until a question that totally contradicts and removes the entire idea from his mind. Like the difference in Torah between something that the Gemara says is a kasha. A kasha means even after you have that question and the difficulty, it doesn't mean that the whole thing is out of the question. Versus when the Gemara uses the word tiyufta means it's totally off the table, it's totally removed. So that's all that's possible with seichel. You can have a kasher, you can have a tiyufta. And therefore, when you understand that there is Hashem, that there's an Eibush that created the world, it's only intellectual that's open to debate and to being removed. And therefore, he says in line 8, surely it's not in the way of verification, like something that he can point with his finger. It's impossible that something that he can point with his finger, it's impossible to be weakness in it. Because when someone sees something by himself, he cannot be weakened from his belief in it. That was on the first day of creation. It was like this. You could understand that there's an Eibishter, but you're seeing a world. But by the sixth day of creation, there was the creation of man. We told all the creations, come, let's bow down and kneel before Hashem our Maker. And through that, he influenced the entire creation, the idea of zeh, that you could point to it. This what Adam Arishan did on the sixth day of creation, Gam Klos Avodas Bnei Yisrael. It's also the general avodah of Bnei Yisrael. The way it came about in a revealed way through Moshe Rabbeinu, that he said, this is the matter. That they have influence and the effect on Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is the sixth day of creation corresponding to the sphere of Yesod, because all the days correspond to different midas. That you say that so it is for life, to draw down the level of Zeh in the entire creation. On its own, it's only a level of Koi, it's only Kid Meseinu, and that's the job of a Yid, going in the ways of Adam Arishan, to go beyond the Koi, to go to the level of Zeh.